Imagine this. You walk into a room. You say nothing. But everyone turns. Heads tilt. Eyes follow. The energy shift. You haven't opened your mouth. You haven't taken a seat. But somehow, you're already in control. This is not charisma. It's not luck. It's something more profound. This is the power of presence. And the world's most influential people have mastered it without ever raising their voice. Let's break down the silent language of power, the subtle tools that allow you to command a room without saying a single word. Because words can be powerful, but silence, when used right, is unforgettable. We've all been sold a lie, that you need to speak the most, joke the loudest, dominate the conversation to be noticed. But here's the truth. Those who truly lead rarely speak first. They don't scramble to be heard. They let their presence do the talking. Why? Because confidence doesn't need validation. And power doesn't seek attention. It attracts it. This is the first principle of silent dominance. Energy over volume. Human beings are hardwired to pick up on nonverbal cues. It's ancient, primal. Before language, before titles, we judged each other by how we carried ourselves. Body language, eye contact, posture, micro-expressions. These are the silent tools of influence. And if you master them, you control the room before words are even needed. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, feet grounded. This signals confidence, not arrogance. You're not shrinking to fit in. You're not puffing up to dominate. You are simply comfortable with yourself. This puts others at ease, or on edge. Either way, you're in control. Hold eye contact just long enough to show that you see someone, not to challenge them, but to anchor your presence. You're not scanning. You're not staring. You're observing, like a lion surveying the field, not because it wants to attack, but because it already owns the ground. A raised eyebrow, a half smile, a slow nod. These tiny facial cues do more than words ever could. They suggest awareness, curiosity, confidence. When you react with control, you signal that you're not ruled by emotion. You're choosing what to feel and when. That's powerful. Because in a world of overreaction, restraint is magnetic. Fidgeting signals anxiety. Constant movement screams insecurity. But stillness? It's the posture of someone who knows they don't have to prove anything. Great leaders don't rush. They don't twitch. They move with intention. Even a pause, when delivered with confidence, feels like a statement. Because silence is not the absence of sound. It's the presence of control. Picture a boardroom. Tension is rising. Voices clash. Ideas fly. One person hasn't said a word. They lean back, observe, take notes. Everyone else is trying to be right. They're just reading the room. And when they finally speak, it's clear, calm, strategic. The entire mood shifts. Why? Because they didn't need to speak. They chose to. That's power. Nelson Mandela. Years in prison didn't break him. It sharpened his ability to speak few words, but with seismic impact. Miyamoto Musashi rarely spoke before battle, Let silence, posture, and timing carry his dominance. And the stillness of Barack Obama. Eyes that don't flinch. Power through presence, not performance. So how do you command a room without speaking? You have to claim space without aggression, observe without reacting, express yourself without over-explaining, choose when to speak and when not to, because power isn't always loud. Sometimes it walks in silently and owns everything. You don't need to fight for attention. You don't need to fill every silence. If your presence speaks louder than your words, you've already won. So next time you walk into a room, don't try to impress. Don't overperform. Just be still, present, intentional. Because the most commanding person isn't the one who talks the most. It's the one everyone listens to, before they even speak. Subscribe for more deep dives on psychology, power, and presence. Stay silent. Stay sharp.